The WJEC can ask questions regarding the nature of evil, i.e. a definition of it, including appropriate exemplification. You will need to be able to talk about what is meant by the word evil if you are going to claim that it is a problem philosophically. This requires you to distinguish between different kinds of evil and to come up with examples that demonstrate evil actions or events within the empirical world. The word evil is often used to describe an event that causes suffering. We tend to use it quite specifically regarding how such events affect humanity, although that is not necessarily the case. Generally speaking, events which cause human beings pain or suffering for short or prolonged periods of time may be characterized as evil. If you Google evil, you will often find personification of it in images that show demonic or devil faces or bodies. The implication here is that such suffering is brought about by a metaphysical being who has an unpleasant characteristic or is the embodiment of evil itself, as though evil is an actual thing. You may also find images that show the contrast between evil and good. Evil is seen by some as the polar opposite to desirable or pleasant characteristics that have a positive effect upon humanity. Sometimes humans are characterized as evil, in that they display actions or characteristics that are seen as the embodiment of something that can be called evil. Many would now also add that things can be evil if they affect other life forms, such as animals, adversely. We will speak more of this in a later film. Still more people would say that an event which affects the planet as a whole, or in part, can also be called evil if it has a devastating effect upon the natural world. Evil is something undesirable, something bad or unwanted that makes life difficult or even impossible. Evil is generally classified in two distinct categories or groups: moral evil and natural or metaphysical evil. Moral evil is called so because of the cause of it. Such suffering is caused by people or free agents who either fail to act in order to prevent suffering, say by walking past a person who has been attacked without taking any action, or by directly causing suffering for another, attacking another person. It can also be caused by indirect action, where someone encourages another to do something to hurt someone, or supports someone in hurting another being, maybe lying regarding an attacker's whereabouts. These actions are all taken by someone who could have chosen differently. This person could make a choice over how to act and could have chosen to tell the truth rather than to lie, or to stop rather than walk on by. It is important that you give direct examples so that you can say that things like war, animal cruelty and so on are all actions taken by sentient beings who have chosen these acts of evil and could have acted differently. In contrast, natural or metaphysical evil is something caused by something other than a free will being. For instance, a metaphysical agent such as a god or devil. Or if we are to call it natural evil, then we are saying that these events are part of nature, by which we call evil because of the effects that are wrought on living beings. These events occur naturally as a result of the functioning of natural laws, such as the workings of our weather systems. These may have been created by our designer or creator, such as God making the world, in which case it might be appropriate to call these events evil, as we are laying blame for them at his door. However, some would say it is not appropriate to call such events evil if we dismiss the existence of such a being, since we can just say that events happen. The problem of evil, though, is one which is important specifically for theists, and so natural evil is a significant difficulty. Why would, such as God, make the world, which has events as part of its natural functioning, when it causes such suffering and harm to the beings that live upon it? Moral evil can even be called into question in the same way. Why would God create beings capable of such atrocity when he was creating?